It's no surprise that Red is the most fascinating figure in the Blacklist, but the rest of the cast is just as remarkable, not to mention the impressive one-off characters. In one interview session, Rotten Tomatoes observed that The Blacklist is still highly regarded by both critics and fans. Have you ever wondered what it takes for Fox and other producers to select the show's guest stars? So how do the Blacklist producers choose their guest stars?
I can't do that without you.
What's wrong with Anderson?
He's noticeable. Your legacy survives.
The guest stars in the show have always been known for demonstrating very peculiar abilities that are hardly found in other shows. From James Spader, known for his role in Boston Legal, portraying the part of the criminal genius anti-hero, to Raymond Red Reddington. Red made a strong impression on the viewers when he voluntarily handed himself over to the FBI at the start of the program's pilot episode. He has continued to keep both the law and the audience guessing as to what he will do next. What is the secret for these producers? First, these producers search for compelling guest stars. At the Television Academy's Blacklist panel, executive producer John Fox and the host Bill Carter discussed the strategy they use when selecting guest stars. Fox declared that all they look for are people with captivating faces and personalities. He also gave credit to Bockenkamp for having a preference for the oddball. Numerous renowned performers have been featured in the Blacklist during its test period. Among them are Jolie Richardson, the girl with the dragon tattoo, Diane Wiest, Hannah and her sisters, and Isabella Rossellini, the daughter of Hollywood legend Ingrid Bergman. The show's producers are consistently inclined to welcome esteemed celebrities to join their cast. According to Fox, one of the show's executive producers, they are always open to having any talented actor come and be a part of the show. In 2018, John Bockenkamp, the mastermind behind the hit show The Blacklist, was overjoyed to announce the addition of Nathan Lane, renowned for his roles in The Birdcage, The Producers, and The Lion King, to the show's roster of villains for the 100th episode of Season 5. When speaking about the casting, Bockenkamp told Entertainment Weekly how they are delighted to welcome Nathan Lane to the cast of The Blacklist, which is full of eccentric and mischievous characters. He exuded confidence that viewers will have an absolute blast watching James Spader and Nathan Lane together on screen. Do you think this strategy wins as far as the choice of characters for the show is concerned? Another trick producers use is the Blacklist's James Spader to lure other top villain guest stars.
Unfortunately for you, it's not yours either.
What are you talking about?
NBC has been taken aback by the unexpected success of The Blacklist this year. One of the most remarkable things about the Sony Pictures TV series, the season's leading freshman performance, is how the show has managed to utilize its guest stars as one-episode villains. Red Reddington, who is being portrayed by James Spader, is a criminal mastermind who, again, is currently cooperating with the FBI, although his purpose is part of a greater plotline that propels the show forward. The show Blacklist merges the suspense that cloaks its protagonists with a unique challenge for Red and his youthful FBI partner Liz, portrayed by Megan Boone, to unravel each week. Red's extensive background as a crime concierge has had him crossing paths with a multitude of high-profile criminals, some with peculiar pseudonyms such as the Stew Maker, the Alchemist, and the Freelancer. NBC has taken advantage of the promotion potential of having James Spader face off against a different adversary every week by releasing online video clips and social media previews. The show has featured big-name stars like Alan Alda, Isabella Rossellini, Diane Wiest, Jane Alexander, Lance Reddick, and Andrew Dice Clay, as well as that considered ideal for the roles, such as Richie Coster, Tom Noonan, Ryan O'Nan, Justin Kirk, Hoon Lee, and Robert Nepper. Jennifer Salke, president of NBC Entertainment, gives recognition to executive producers John Bockenkamp and John Eisendrath for their ability to make the characters captivating and the action exciting. The producers say that when they realized how captivating the antagonists were in every episode, they knew it was an effective way to tell more of Red's narrative through the unique identity of the people he faced. Salke explains, given James's remarkable performances, they were gathering outstanding performers who are willing to diverge from their usual roles. Don Steinberg, executive vice president of casting for Sony Pictures TV, insists that for certain roles, it is more advantageous to use less well-known actors than Rossellini or Alda. The Blacklist is quite rare for a network show in that it has the vibe of a cable show, and we make sure to reflect that in our casting decisions, Steinberg remarks, emphasizing that traditional television broadcasting tends to prioritize popular stars above all else. Casting certain characters is an important factor to retain the authenticity of the narrative. In the case of The Blacklist, the choice of actors for particular roles is made to ensure that the audience will accept the idea of Red having been in contact with them in countries like China, Russia, and Yugoslavia in the past. Spader's appearance in the show is a bonus to entice guest stars, and even those who don't share any scenes with him felt a sense of professionalism due to his presence. This was noted by The Alchemist, Ryan O'Nan, that he was aware the series was going to be successful due to the professional atmosphere on the set. He stated that in contrast to other productions he had been a part of, the team on Blacklist seemed to have already assembled a well-oiled machine. The actor claimed it almost seemed as if they were already midway through the 4th season, despite this being the first episode. In other news elsewhere, did you ever know that Ryan Eggold had to think of James Spader as just a dude to make filming easier for him? It may sound peculiar, but according to Ryan Eggold of The Blacklist, he had to conceive of James Spader as a regular person to make filming easier. Ryan Eggold began his acting career in 2006 and used those early years in Hollywood to master his craft, featuring in a range of television shows such as Veronica Mars, The Young and the Restless, and Entourage. It didn't take long for Eggold to land his big break, and one of his most famous roles, Ryan Matthews on 90210, just 2 years into his professional acting career. 2 years after his 3-season stint on 90210, Eggold was chosen for the role of Tom Keene on The Blacklist. Eggold played Tom, the husband of Elizabeth Keene, who was introduced in the very first episode, the pilot. Tom created a picture of a caring and supportive partner being keen to adopt a child with Lizzie. After being hospitalized and put in a coma by Zamani, the truth behind Tom's seemingly normal life started to come out of the shadows. Eggold expressed that he had an idea that Tom's character was heading in an exciting direction during a Blacklist panel. He stated that Tom was not whom he seemed to be, although he was uncertain of exactly what. Even though Eggold had some inkling of the role he was about to undertake, he was more familiar with the show's leading man and acting veteran, James Spader. But did you know Eggold treated working alongside the Emmy Award-winning actor as though he were any other colleague? First, he approached acting with Spader as just a dude, which many fans have no idea about. Ryan Eggold revealed he found it intimidating to collaborate with the highly acclaimed James Spader, yet he had a simple and sincere evaluation of his co-star. According to Eggold, the key element to working with Spader or any accomplished actor is to see them as an individual and not get overwhelmed. He feels that it is important to treat every actor as a unique case and not try to pigeonhole them into a certain type. He also believes that actors should be given the freedom to experiment and play around with their roles to find the best way to portray their characters. During an interview with the Build series, he said found James Spader to be awesome and added that to be able to work with them, one must be able to relate to them as a person and not a celebrity. After Tom's story was concluded in season 5 of the series, Eggold found his new role in New Amsterdam as Dr. Max Goodwin. Despite this, The Blacklist is still running strong, even without an intricate character like Tom Keene. The 4 seasons that have passed since Tom left don't seem to be in a hurry to end the story arc of the protagonist, Red Spader. Even Spader is uncertain of what the future has in store for Red or how the show will conclude. He stated in a Blacklist panel via YouTube that the longevity of the show will decide how things will progress. Anyways, guys, we would love to hear your thoughts on the techniques used by Blacklist producers to choose their guest stars. Do these criteria give the shows any advantage? Also, feel free to share your thoughts on how the show can be improved going forward. And lastly, remember to subscribe and like our content for more like these. If you like our video, please click on that like button and share this video with your friends and family. Cheers, and we'll see you next time.